What happened at Trinity Assisted Living Facility? A resident there, 83-year-old man, was found dead. A Tampa Bay area family is demanding answers after an 83-year-old man was found dead in an assisted living facility. William Eugene Ray. Family said he was found in a walk-in freezer in the Pasco County facility. The facility is responding to concerns raised about his death. In Trinity, Florida, a family in the Tampa Bay area is outraged after an 83-year-old man was found dead in the walk-in freezer of this assisted living facility. He was 83 years old. He went by the name Gene. He was living at the Waverly Assisted Living and Memory Care in Trinity about 2 weeks ago. His family said he went missing from his room and he was found in a walk-in freezer. His family is demanding answers about how this happened. Kristen Spencer said her father, Gene, was a calm, funny, and supportive husband and father to his 2 adult children. She said her father loved playing the harmonica. He was funny, Spencer said. He was artistic, very creative, and always happy, always smiling, and friendly to everyone. Gene was a proud 36-year veteran of the U.S. Navy. He, never raised his voice. He was just so hardworking. His work ethic was incredible. Spencer said her father was still physically active, but had started showing signs of dementia. Mentally, the dementia, it was just progressing. In May, Gene's family made the difficult decision to move him into the Waverly to get him the level of care he needed. There was no issues right at the beginning. As time progressed, you see when you're there all the time, you see things. So you see these little things that start to send up concerns. Among the concerns, his family were concerned about staffing at the facility. You put your loved ones in there with trust. Spencer installed a Ring camera in her father's room to keep an eye on him when she couldn't be there. In recent weeks leading up to his death, she noticed her father seemed more confused. One night about 2 weeks ago, Spencer noticed he was acting abnormally. I woke up the next morning when I looked at the Ring camera, the light was on, and he was not in his room. In a panic, Spencer called her mother and then called the Waverly to alert staff and raced to the facility. She said more time passed until a staff member told them they had found Gene. But then the next word out of her mouth was, "He's in the freezer." Spencer said, and I said, "What do you mean he's in the freezer?" Spencer said her father was found in a walk-in freezer in the facility. The Pasco Sheriff's Office said it responded to the facility around 8 a.m. Pasco County Fire and Rescue responded and transported him for medical treatment, where he was pronounced dead. The Sheriff's Office said preliminary information shows the incident was accidental and that no foul play is suspected. According to state records, Wellness Center of Trinity, LLC, is the owner and licensee of the Waverly and has been since 2018. We need answers. We need answers, Spencer said. How could this happen? Spencer said she went back and reviewed the Ring camera footage and saw her dad get out of bed and leave his room around 12:30 a.m., which was hours before he was found. If we had not called the facility, when would they have found him? Gene's family wants to see action taken to improve safety measures at this facility and to make sure this never happens again, that no other family will have to endure what my family has endured. Basic safety measures not in place. When you have vulnerable people in a place, you have to secure those areas. The news reached out to the Waverly and spoke to them, and they said the Waverly Assisted Living and Memory Care is aware of a recent report regarding an incident at our community. Out of respect for privacy and in compliance with regulatory guidelines, we are unable to share specific details nor will comment on the cognitive levels of an individual resident. We cannot accept a false narrative being pressed upon our residents and their families. When unmoderated, anonymous, non-factual reviews go unchecked, they become perception. That perception undermines how hard every member of the Waverly family works to provide quality of life, enjoyment, and a wonderful place to call home. The safety, dignity, and well-being of our residents is and always will be our highest priority. We have never experienced an incident of this nature in the many years of opening in the assisted living space. Our community is deeply saddened by this heartbreaking loss. The grief felt by our entire staff is indescribable. We are truly proud of our staff's profound and immediate response to the situation, and grateful for their continued compassion, dedication, and professionalism. We remain confident in the high level of service, comfort, and care we provide our residents as one of our premier assisted living and memory care communities in Florida. So there is no room for misinterpretation. We have and shall remain in complete compliance with local, state, and federal regulations. The general public will be surprised in the future when certain aspects are appropriate for discussion in public forum. Residents in our senior assisted living community of the Waverly have a right to independence and as this is their home, expect freedom in their daily lives and routines. We remain committed to transparency, accountability, and providing the highest standard of care to those who call the Waverly home. We extend our deepest sympathies to all those affected and reaffirm our mission to serve our residents and families with compassion, professionalism, and integrity.
Wanting answers after an 83-year-old man was found dead at his assisted living facility in Trinity. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office tells us he was found in a walk-in freezer. His family says he had dementia, but they want some answers. Fox 13's Kylie Jones spoke with his family. He wants to make sure this never happens to any other family. Kylie, this is so sad. What more do you know?
Mark, it's heartbreaking. The family of William Eugene Ray hoped to cherish the limited time they knew they had left with him. Now they want to know how this could have happened.
William Eugene Ray was a lot of things.
He was funny, he was artistic, very creative, always happy, always smiling, friendly to everyone.
And a proud 36-year veteran of the U.S. Navy. To his wife, though, he was Gene, and to his 2 adult children, he was Dad.
He, never raised his voice. He was just so hardworking. His work ethic was incredible.
Kristen Spencer says her father started showing signs of dementia, although he was still physically active at 83 years old.
Mentally, the dementia, it was just progressing.
In May, Gene's family made the difficult decision to move him into the Waverly Assisted Living and Memory Care in Trinity.
There was no issues right at the beginning. As time progressed, though, you see, when you're there all the time, you see things, and so you see these little things that start to send up concerns.
Among them were concerns about staffing.
You put your loved one in there with trust.
Spencer installed a Ring camera in her dad's room to keep an eye on him when she couldn't be there.
I woke up the next morning, and when I looked at the Ring camera, the light was on and he was not in his room.
In immediate panic, Spencer called her mother, then called the Waverly to alert staff. They raced to the facility. More time passed until a staff member came in and told them they found Gene.
But then the next words out of her mouth was, "He's in the freezer." And I said, "What do you mean he's in the freezer?"
Spencer says her father was found in a walk-in freezer in the facility.
We need answers. We need answers. How could this happen?
Spencer says the Ring camera shows her dad get out of bed and leave his room at about 12:30 in the morning, hours before he was found in the freezer.
If we had not called the facility, and when would they have found him?
We reached out to the Waverly. A spokesman said they've never experienced an incident of this nature. He said, quote, "Our community is deeply saddened by this heartbreaking loss. The grief felt by our entire staff is indescribable. We are truly proud of our staff's profound and immediate response to the situation."
Basic safety measures not in place. When you have vulnerable people in a place, you have to secure these areas.
And now Spencer says at this point they haven't received any explanation or been contacted by the facility since her father's death. We did also ask the facility about staffing concerns. A spokesman for the Waverly said they're in compliance with all regulations and that the safety, dignity, and well-being of their residents is their highest priority. Mark.
This is a tough one for sure. All right, Kylie Jones in our newsroom. Thanks.